Hi guys, Foxy, your drama teacher here. Welcome to my channel. Thanks for watching today's video. I thought I would have some fun today and take my giant, enormous, overflowing, unzipperable dance bag that I've had since forever and dump it and see what's inside. All right, here we go. Nothing but shoes left. And like I said, I was not kidding. Look at all these shoes. And honestly, there's a lot of shoes missing. If you guys have ever danced with me, either in our Friday dance class that we did last year in the 2019-2020 school year before COVID, obviously, I always wore a shoe style called padinis, which have they have a toe and they have a heel, and then the shoe is combined with like a little T cross thing. I don't actually have, I think those are probably either still in the black box, still at school, or they might be downstairs in my school bag. Honestly, I think they're still in the black box at school. So I don't have those shoes to show you today, but if you ever see me dancing in class, I'll probably be wearing those. Before I jump into shoes, sorry, I found this. This is, let's see, it's called an exercise band, one latex resistance band. This is exactly what it says. It is a piece of latex. It is an elastic, stretchy, oh, it smells awful. Oh, seriously, this smells like fish. Wow, that's awful. That's so gross. Ew, ew, ew. Yuck. Oh, the brand is bunheads.com, or it's probably the website where I bought it from. Oh, I'm sorry, the stench. I'm gonna make this quick. Where this is helpful is ankle strength. I'm sure I have talked to you guys so much about the importance of having strong ankles. Strong ankles are more important than anything else in dance, and this helps you get strong ankles. It adds some resistance, so you can, I'll show you sideways. You pull it like this, and then you do ankle stretches. You put your toe in the middle, and then you can do stretches like this. What we used to do is we would write our names in cursive, and then just hold the band, and it just really works on ankle resistance and ankle strength. So this is a great thing to have, even though it smells like fish. There's no other, it's the most bizarre thing. And you know what's funny is that on the front here, it says it has bunheads.com, and it has a picture of a dancer with a bun head. But if you look at it from far away, it looks like a fish. That's so funny. All right, so I'm gonna fold this back up again and stick it back in the tube. These are not expensive. These are like 10 bucks. Well, it was 10 bucks probably when I bought it. It might be 15 or 20 bucks now with inflation. But I do recommend, if you are concerned about ankle strength, or if you are serious about dancing, this is really a great thing to own. And it's small, and it just fits really easily in your dance bag. So that's a great thing to have. All right, let's start with ballet. So let's see here. I don't have my this bag is incomplete. So all right, I'll show you what I've got for ballet, but I'm also missing some things for ballet as well. So I have a standard classic pair of leather ballet slippers here. These came with the elastic already on the foot. It's just a simple ballet shoe. It's called a full sole shoe because it's got the entire leather sole on the bottom of the shoe. This brand is Capezio. I think you're sensing a pattern here. And this is a great beginner shoe. I probably wore these shoes when I was dancing ballet for the first time. They also make ballet shoes that are canvas. I wish I had them here. I bet you they're also in the black box. But those are split soled, which means they have a gap here. So it has the toe or the ball of the foot here. It has the heel of the foot here, but then it has a gap here. Those ballet shoes, I also had to sew the straps on. And so those have a crisscross strap at the toe instead of this single strap here. But ballet shoes come in two types. They come in leather, they come in canvas. It really depends on your style of preference. Leather actually obviously will last longer. I like leather also. It gives me a little bit more of a grip, a little bit more control on the floor, depending on what type of ballet floor or dance floor you're using. Canvas has more slippy to it. So it is up to you what style of dance ballet slipper you prefer. I also have this style of shoe here, which is just the toe. This can be used for ballet. It can also be used for modern or lyrical. It really helps with turns. Turning without shoes, turning in barefoot is very difficult if you're starting out and you don't have that nice calloused layer of skin on your feet. So these are great because these just slip right over your heels and they can help you with your turns, but they don't hinder the rest of your foot. So I don't even know why I got these. I have an exceptionally wide toe box, which is this part of my foot. And so I feel like these are not very worn. They're not very broken in. They've got a little bit of black on the toe and a little bit of wear on the toe pad or on the ball of the foot pad. But I definitely did not wear these a lot, probably just because I didn't like them. But that's another option. These two beauties, I'm not sure why I have two or why I kept them both, but these are Pointe shoes. And Pointe shoes, I'm trying to figure out which pair is older. They both look equally worn. I did not dance pointe for very long. I only did pointe for a couple of years. And when you dance pointe, it is very, very important, first and foremost, to have a solid foundation in ballet. So you start off with shoes like this and you do ballet for a number of years, and then the powers that be, your teacher or someone will determine that you have enough technique or enough ankle strength to start training on pointe. And the difference between pointe and regular ballet is that this is just a normal shoe and this is a pointe shoe. And a pointe shoe has a chunk of wood right here. And it's not really square, it's kind of round, but you are literally up on the point of your toe. And if you've seen any sort of professional ballet, all female ballerinas dance on pointe. Pointe shoes do not come with any of these things attached. You have to sew on the elastic, you have to sew on the ribbons. And if you would like, I'm happy to go into any sort of detail in person with you about how to do that, how to sew on these things here. Like I said before, I have a wide toe box, which your toe box is the width from your big toe over to your pinky toe. It's this width here. And so when I went and had pointe shoes fitted, the girl was like, oh my gosh, your toe is so wide. I literally have a 5X width, which is incredibly, incredibly wide. These are only size 4.5. My ordinary shoe size is between a 6.5 and a 7. And pointe shoes they run obviously very, very small. So it's a 4.5, it's a medium shank for anyone who is familiar with pointe shoe lingo. Shank is how bendy this part of the shoe is. And you can get a hard shank, you can get a soft shank, you can get a medium shank. I got a medium shank. The brand is Grishko, and the type is Grishko 2007s. They don't even make Grishko 2007s anymore. Rip pointe shoe. These shoes, there are a couple different things that as a dancer you will do to protect your feet when you dance on pointe. I have these little beauties and I keep them separately, and I literally keep them in their own, I'm not going to take them out. I keep them in their own baggie of powder, because when you dance on pointe, I'm telling you, the sweat that comes off of your foot is just so impossibly disgusting that I am compulsive about putting baby powder in my pointe shoes and making sure that these toe pads have baby powder on them. These I bought when I got my pointe shoes. Some people would, depending on the shape of your foot, will determine what kind of support you needed. I'm not even gonna lie, I danced with a girl in college who wore nothing. It was just her toes and a pointe shoe, and she's like, no, I feel like if I have any sort of protection between my toes and the pointe shoes, I'm cheating. God love her, I had no problem with cheating. Now I'm gonna take off my sock here. Look at my toes. My toes, my big toe is the longest toe, and then it just goes straight down from there. If you look up like on the internet what the shape and size of your toes say about you, I forget. But if you have a toe here, if this second toe is longer than your first toe, you're gonna have some difficulty in pointe shoes because this toe will feel the brunt of the weight, and you could have complications with that toe. So I had a dancer friend in college, and that was her situation. So she actually wore a bumper on her big toe that gave her an extra cushion on her big toe, which made her big toe longer than her second toe would be naturally, to act as another comfort layer. So the thing with pointe shoes is that they don't last very long. The second the shank of your pointe shoe gets too bendy, then the shoe does not support your foot any longer, and you need to get another pair. And I think that's what this is. I think these were the last two pairs of pointe shoes I ever bought. They're the exact same thing. They're Grishko 2007s, 4.5 size, 5X width. I think I bought these shoes at the beginning of the school year, and I think I got these halfway through the school year and wore them for the recital, or maybe I wore these at the beginning and I got these specifically for the recital. But because these just look a lot more worn on the toes. If you learn or look up professional ballerinas, they will literally go through a dance, or a shoe performance. They often have sponsors. Pointe shoes are crazy expensive. These shoes were $85 a pair 15 years ago, so I'm sure they're easily more money than that now. But pointe shoes for professional dancers, they just wear through them. And so it is very, very expensive for them to go through so many pairs of dance shoes or pointe shoes in a given week or given dance. These little things are fun. Like I mentioned before, the brand of these pointe shoes is Grishko. These are Capezio again. These are lyrical shoes. I'm going to show you what they do. Lyrical or modern or contemporary, whatever you want to call them. And these shoes, this is what they look like. These were so trendy in the mid 2000s when I was dancing really heavily. These are great for turns, again. So if you're dancing modern or lyrical, it's a way to not have a lot on your foot, but have some protection or have some give when you turn. What I didn't like about these is that they didn't really protect this part of my foot, and I felt like I would blister or callus on this part of my foot as well. But I definitely wore them for modern and lyrical when I danced. They were cheap, and I don't even know if they make these anymore or sell these anymore, but I definitely liked wearing those. When they recommend you go barefoot, and I didn't have the roughness on the bottom of my feet. I still have the roughness on my toes, but I don't have the roughness on the balls of my feet anymore, so it will be difficult for me to turn without shoes. So these would be great for that sort of thing. All right, let's move on to jazz shoes next. So jazz is by far one of my favorite dance styles. I'm gonna say tap is probably my favorite, then jazz, then ballet, then lyrical, then hip hop. I like hip hop, I'm terrible at it. And I have two types of jazz shoes that I'm gonna show you guys here today. This, oh, so many holes, but I love them so much. These are my absolute favorite dance shoes of all time. They are split sole. So remember when I was talking to you about ballet, I'm not sure, here they are, how it's a sole the whole way down. This is split sole, which means it has the padding up here in the front, it has a heel, but then in the center here it's fabric. These are half leather, half fabric. They are just the most comfortable shoes. I love them for dancing. I had to dance outside one time, which is why they got so many holes on the bottom. I went to a dance conference in Florida and we had to do something outside on pavement. But black jazz shoes. Honestly, these were popular, and like I said, in the mid 2000s. I know right now it's more popular to have the lace-free kind. I'm shedding. Oh, I got some hair coming out. There we go. I know it's more popular to have the slip-ons, and that's fine. There's no difference between these and the slip-ons, except for these are a little bit more breathable because they have the fabric in the middle. But if you have all leather and no laces, but it's just the slip-on kind, that's fine. I actually think I need to get a new pair of shoes for the dance class. So if you see me wearing the slip-ons instead of these, that's what I've decided to purchase. Just because, again, that's what's trendy now, and I don't want to be behind the times when it comes to fashion, even if it's dance shoe fashion. But this is an option, a style of jazz shoe that you can wear. Another style of jazz shoe is called a jazz sneaker. And these jazz sneakers, honestly, I still wear them when I do things like Zumba or anything that requires a lot of jumping, because I still have shin splints. I have arthritis issues in my toes from years of dance and from an injury that I had one time that I got during a show when I fell. And so dance sneakers like this, these are Capezio. I don't even know what these are. These are Capezio. These are great. Again, they're split sole. They have a nice big hard rubber sole here, a hard rubber sole for the heel. These are great for jazz. When you have a really, really high energy, a really fast, jazzy dance routine, jazz sneakers are great. Jazz sneakers come in all different shapes and sizes. These also have a square toe, which can help you do toe stands. Like I mentioned before, you can do a toe stand and then go down on your knees, or you can do a toe stand and come down. These have a great squared off toe for that. So jazz sneakers. If you have arch issues, or if you like a little bit more cushioning or padding on your foot when you dance, I recommend a jazz sneaker. They're a great option. You might say that a lot of these shoes that I have left here all look the same. And even in this bag, you would be correct to a degree, because these shoes are all character shoe or heeled styles with the exception of these. So first and foremost, tap shoes. Out of all of these shoes that I have left, 3 pairs of them are tap shoes and 3 pairs of them are character shoes. These taps are called Oxford flats. And Oxford flats, what that means is that it is a wide heel that gets a good tap sound. We're gonna have an entire tap unit in the spring. I'm so excited. We're gonna literally spend an entire marketing period. Marketing period 3 is gonna be all dedicated to tap. These shoes are what I recommend if you are doing a tap routine. If you are in a show, if you are in a musical theater show, and they let you wear Oxford taps, these are the way to go. Sometimes they will make you wear a character of taps, which we'll get into. I've got 2 pairs here that I'll show you. But you get such a better sound when you have a wide heel. A lot of tap is getting a good heel sound, and so you want that. You want a nice, strong, solid heel to get that sound. These are also only an inch, half an inch to an inch heel, and it's just flat out easier to dance tap when you don't have a massive 2.5 inch heel to deal with. Obviously, these aren't tap shoes. So these are my favorite tap shoes. The brand is Leo's. I don't even know if they make Leo's anymore. If I had to go back and get a new pair of tap shoes, I would buy Block's. Block's has become, I know I've been a Capezio girl for so long, but I've really gotten into Block's lately. These are Block's, these are Block's, these are Block's, and I just feel like block fits my foot better. So when it comes to shoes, I like blocks. Even though I have a lot of Capezios. Nothing wrong with Capezios. I just feel like my foot is kind of in between Capezio sizes. So if you find that you're a size 7 or a size 8 or size 9 and you fit into a size 7 or a size 8 or a size 9 Capezio, go for it. Like, they're a great shoe. I just feel like block sizing matches my foot better. So Oxford taps, they're great. I've had these shoes since I started tap dancing. I love them so much. They have a soft toe. If I had to get a new pair of tap shoes, and I will be getting a new pair of tap shoes because these are, these taps have lost some of their screws in the bottom, or the screws, what's it called? The screw part, what's it called? I don't know. But that part of the screw is starting to strip. And so even though I can tighten the screws in my taps, they're not staying tight. And so I'm finding that I have loose taps. Loose taps are bad. And so it's time to get a new pair of tap shoes. And so when I get a new pair, I won't get the soft toe again. I didn't have a problem with the soft toe. I just feel like I'm gonna get a new pair of shoes, so I'm gonna try a hard toe. So tap shoes, so fun. These shoes, I want to talk to you about these shoes for a second. These shoes are these are called character taps because they are a character shoe style, meaning they have a more of a heel, they have an opened front to them, and they have the cross strap here with a buckle. I bought these shoes because they had a wide heel, just like these. And I thought to myself, this is perfect because it's a character tap. So when they want us to be wearing character taps as opposed to Oxford taps, I can still get that really good sound. Unfortunately, these were just not a good quality purchase. They were very inexpensive, and the sound I wanted from the heel just wasn't there, and that was kind of unfortunate. It worked anytime I needed black taps. I'm trying to think of the show that I wore these in. I wore these in Singing in the Rain. I wore these in Anything Goes. When did I wear these? So these are blacks. They fit like a glove, and so that's probably why I bought them. They do just fit so well, but that I did not get a good sound out of these heels. When I danced in Singing in the Rain, big heavy tap show, I played Kathy Selden, who is the main female character. The choreographer wanted everyone to be in tan character taps. So I had to buy, and this is honestly, that's why I had so many different pairs of dance shoes, is because every single time I'm in a show, the person says, I want everyone in black Oxford taps. I want everyone in black character taps. I want everyone in tan character taps. That's literally why I have so many different pairs and different colors of dance shoes, is because choreographers will say they want everyone in the same style or the same shoe. You have to be uniform. If you ever look at like the Rockettes in Radio City, they're all wearing the exact same shoe. It's very common. But so because I had to tap dance in the show, and they wanted all of us in the same shoe, I had to buy the shoe. It was a brand called Ballet. And I'm not gonna lie, I remember when I got these shoes, they hurt my feet so bad. I had to send them back a couple of times in order to get the right size. Because like I said, I'm ordinarily a 6.5 to a 7, and these are a 6.5. And when I got them, I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna learn all the choreography on these shoes because these were my go-to tap shoes. And I was like, I'm gonna learn the choreography on these shoes and I'll practice them on these shoes. And then at the last minute, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. I'm going to suck it up and I'm gonna do absolutely everything in these shoes. And I'm so glad that I did. I learned all the choreography in these shoes. I got the calluses that I need to get from the blisters in these shoes. And then by performance, I was able to do pullbacks or drawbacks, whatever they're called. And I was able to do wings and all the really, really heavy solo tap work that I had in that show because I was a lead. And because I had learned them in these character taps, I was able to do them. So if you ever have to learn really difficult tap dancing moves for a show and they say that they want you in character taps, learn the moves and character taps. Don't bother, don't go back and forth. Just stick with one pair. So these are my character taps. I have never worn them since. In fact, I did a really, really heavy tap show about 3 or 4 years after I did Singing in the Rain. And the choreographer asked us, she's like, I want you guys all in the same shoe, but I'll let you guys decide what shoe. And we all said black Oxford taps. And we were in like these silver, gorgeous dresses and these shoes, because these are just so much better to tap in than these. All right, those are tap shoes. All I have left now are my character shoes, and I will talk to you a bit about the difference in these shoes, and then we'll be done. So these character shoes, I'm gonna say are the classic, traditional character shoe. I'm not even joking, I have had these character shoes since I was a freshman in high school. I bought them my freshman year for my very first musical. They say C major, which is my maiden name down here, because you know, in high school you always had to put your name on everything. They are so worn. The nails and the heels have so poked through. They are just, these shoes have been worn, they have been loved, and I still have them, I think, just because of sentimental reasons. But I used to wear them swing dancing. We would go into Philadelphia and we would go swing dancing in swing dance clubs. Because remember, I said in high school I was really, really big into swing dancing. We even went to New York City one time. We saw the Big Bad Voodoo Daddies, which was a popular swing band back in like the year 2000. And we went to New York and we swing danced in a club where the band was playing in New York City, and they wore these shoes all over the city, which is also probably why they are as worn as they are. When I was late in high school, I got a new pair of character shoes that did not fit well. So I have long gotten rid of those. I needed a new pair of black character shoes for a recent show that I was in, and so I got blocks. They are very similar. I think the heel is maybe a little bit higher. I went for a 2-inch instead of 1.5 inches. These are 1.5 inches. This is probably a 2-inch heel. They range from inch, 1.5 inches, 2-inch, 2.5. I think they may even have a 3-inch. For the love of God, do not ever get a 3-inch character shoe. Save your feet. Get yourself 1.5 inches, get a 2-inch. I think these are a 2.5 inch. Don't get more than 2.5 inch. Like, these are fine. So these are blocks. This is just a standard black character shoe that I love. So these are my go-to. These are my here and now black character shoes. And these are my love. These character shoes probably cost me $60 or $70. These probably cost me $80 or $90, and I love them. I don't regret this purchase whatsoever. For Singing in the Rain, I needed these shoes when I tap danced, but I also did a lot of dancing in that show that was not tap dancing. I did some ballroom, I did some just regular musical theater style dancing, and I needed other tan shoes. And so I knew that I would use these shoes a lot and for future years. So I spent a lot of money and I invested a lot of money in them, and I don't regret it for one single minute. I love these shoes so, so much. They are split sole, which means unlike these where they have the sole of the shoe goes all the way down, the same as these, the soles of these shoes go all the way across. This is a split sole, which means it has the front of the shoe here, it has the heel, and then in the middle there's some elastic, and there's the base of the shoe, but it's a split sole. So I can literally go like this with the shoe, where I cannot do that with these shoes. These shoes are so comfortable. I got a T-strap like this, which was more fitting for the style of the era of the show. It was a 1920s style costuming for that show, but I have worn these shoes so much. I love them to death. I will be so sad when these shoes die. So if you are looking to invest in a very, very good quality character shoe, block split soles, you're gonna spend a lot of money. You're gonna spend, like I said, between $85 and $100. They might even be more money now because inflation. These are just as good though. Obviously, I do like these more. I like the toe. It's more of a rounded toe as opposed to a little bit more of a pointed toe. I feel like I have more dancing ability when I'm doing some ballroom or other dance styles where I need to have more emphasis on my toe. I can come off of my toe a little bit more easily, whereas this, because it's such a rigid sole, I have a little bit more difficulty doing stuff that's toe work only. But these character shoes are great, and I will continue to wear these character shoes as well. All right, I love these shoes so much. I do keep them protected in a bag. Like, that's how much I love these shoes. They're my faves. All right, that's all I've got for you guys today. If you tuned in for the whole thing, I am impressed and I'm sorry, and I have no idea how I'm gonna fit everything back in this bag. But thanks for watching, thanks for listening. These are all the different types of dance shoes that I have. If you have any questions about the shoes, you can leave me a comment down below, or you can ask me in class, or send me a text, or ask me about that. If you're ever in a show and you need a recommendation for a good pair of shoes, obviously I've had a lot of shoes over the years, so I'm happy to give you my advice or my opinions, or talk to you about brands that I've worked with that I've liked, or brands that I have not liked. I'm happy to give you any information that you like. Thanks for watching. Bye.